with your host Alvin. This time I'd like to talk a little bit more about how to win clients, especially when you're a startup design agency or if you're starting your own design business. I'll try to talk based on my experience. Now, in the previous episode, so we'll leave the descriptions below this video, but in the previous episode, I was talking about, in the car, I was talking about the most important thing for you to have if you were to start your own design business. Like, what's the most important thing? So this episode is a further elaboration from there. Let's say you've got an idea of your unique proposition or what makes you different, then where to go from there. I think one of the most important thing is for you to be able to get customers, right? Now, there are many ways of doing that, depending on where you are in your career. Some of you might have some network already before even like starting your own business, that you have opportunities presented to you. There are probably people out there who are not sure on where to start, and hopefully this content will bring you some value just based on my own experience when I was starting Relab. Now, one thing that I'd like to put forward as well is, for me personally, and this is just a personal opinion, but this is how I talk in the office at Relab as well, that I don't call our clients client that much. I don't know if Adele, do you realize that, by the way? So Adele's helping me record this video this time, but I don't use the word client a lot in most of my conversations, and I call them customers. The reason why is, for me personally, and this has become a habit now, but for me the word customer feels a bit more personal, and I feel like there's more service given to a customer than a client. And maybe because I look at websites like Clients from Hell. For you who are designers or in the creative field, you probably know about Clients from Hell, but the word client tend to be a bit negative sometimes, or it can be perceived as a negative thing. And I don't want that to reflect in our service in Relab. That's why I use the word customer a lot, because then, and with our proposition as well, we're trying to be this customer obsessed company and customer focused. So we're taking that, I guess, knowledge or insights or principles out of other businesses that refer to their end users as customers into our own business. But that's just me. You may take it differently. So that's one thing I wanted to say. But anyway, getting into it. So on my left-hand side here, we're going to try and get some words in, just as a motion graphic thing, and Kim's going to help me with this. But we're going to list down the things that I think is important for you to be able to start your own design business. So there's 4 main things on top of my head that I can think of at a very, very high level. The first one is for you to go the extra mile to be able to get that opportunity. So when we first started in Relab, there was not a lot of opportunities, but whenever one comes in, then we'll go the extra mile to do whatever it takes for us to be able to prove ourselves. So once you have that opportunity, the basic rule for us is to be able to do more than what's needed or what's requested, to show, I guess, the potential customer the passion that we have for that particular project, that we actually really want it that bad, no matter how small it is. So that's the first thing. Second is exactly what I said earlier, which is to prove yourself. Now, once you get that opportunity, then you want to prove yourself and do good work, and pretty much do whatever it takes as well to finish up the work in the quality that's expected, to fulfill the requirements that's needed, basically to fulfill the brief that's been given to you. So if you manage to prove yourself, that means there are a series of challenges that you and your team would have tackled throughout that process, and that showcases, I guess, the grit that you have either as an individual or as a team, to be able to complete and finish and deliver as per your promise. So that is very important. Number 3 is, once you've done all of that, then most likely, if you've done point 2, which is like prove yourself and do good work really, really well, there is a very, very big chance that you're going to be referred to someone else, or you're going to be referred to another network or colleague of that first customer of yours. So word of mouth in all businesses, word of mouth is probably one of the strongest thing to be able to gain new businesses. And to be honest, and frankly enough, Relab has grown that way. To date, that's probably the number 1 source of our business, which is word of mouth, and we just get referred to a lot from our happy customers, or sometimes just from other people or network who's worked with us before, whether it's a supplier or other partners, right? Now, I guess the other things that you can do is, try to make try to come up with your own marketing strategy or sales strategy, but often that doesn't come natural to designers, or web developers, or people in the creative field. So word of mouth is probably the strongest one, because your work comes first and your work speaks for itself. I think once you've done all of that, and once you're ready to grow further, then the part about sales strategy and marketing strategy for yourself comes as important as that. But my point is, try to be referred to someone else or get referrals. So if your customers are not proactive in terms of referring you to other people, first of all, find out if there's any mistakes that you've done, or if there are things for you to be able to do better next time. But the other thing that would be good for you to do is to try and proactively get a referral from your previous customer, to see, hey, is there anyone in your network who would be able to benefit from my service, or who I'd be able to help, or my team would be able to help and bring value to their business as how I've helped you. Okay, so that's probably another way for you to be able to grow your business and get more clients or customers. The 4th thing is one of the most important things, which is to maintain the relationship itself with your past customers, or your new ones, or even potential leads or customers who didn't even, where you didn't even make the job, or say your proposal was rejected. It is still important to try and keep in touch. Obviously in a genuine way, in a casual way, not as if you're trying to look for something or expect something out of the relationship, but in a genuine way, just try to I guess be more thoughtful and care for the relationship, as if it's just a normal human to human relationship. As long as it's genuine and that you have good intentions, but they also see the value in working with you, then it's definitely a win for both sides. So it's not like you're asking for something out of nowhere, but you're actually bringing some value into this potential customer that you really believe in. Okay, so those are the 4 things, which is go the extra mile to get that opportunity. The second one is to prove yourself and do whatever it takes to complete your work at a satisfactory level. Third one is to try and get referrals or be referred to someone else. And then the 4th one is to maintain that trust and relationship, which is super, super critical. At least my point of view, that is. So out of all of those 4, there's one thing that overarches all of this, which is more of more of a human connection type of advice that I'd be able to give, which is for you to have empathy in whatever you do. And this doesn't apply just in design, but pretty much all types of businesses that you're trying to do. But if I was to speak specifically around design business and how we've grown Relab, one thing that I've tried to keep having all the time consciously is empathy. To me, what that means is that I care sometimes I care more for the person sitting at the other side of the table, which is like, say, a potential customer, than myself sometimes. So it's what's in it for them, or the people that you're trying to build a relationship rather than yourself most of the time. And then once you're able to put yourself in their shoe and be able to see, I guess, the whole situation from that other perspective, then it's going to give you ideas on how you should treat these people or these potential customers. And once you have that mindset, then the whole approach of trying to win a client or make sales is very, very different. And it's actually, it can be a lot more natural for you as creative people or designers, because then what you're thinking more about is how to service and how do you deliver the best work for these guys that are relevant, once again, and is actually needed by this customer or the other businesses that you're trying to, I guess, work with. Okay, so those are my tips. Hopefully that brings you some good insights and value and some things to think about. If you've got any comments or any feedback, feel free to drop us a comment or send us an email. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And appreciate your views so far, okay? Keep it real.